How many of you guys live in a small town? How about a big city? Today, more and more people are moving to cities and becoming more urbanized. This leaves rural areas susceptible to urban growth. I live in Greentown, Indiana. Greentown is about 10 minutes east of Kokomo and about an hour north of Indianapolis. Greentown is mostly rural areas with a lot of cornfields. But despite this, Greentown actually has an interesting history that made it into the town that it is today. I've lived in Greentown almost all of my life. My family moved here when I was only 1 year old. I went to school with pretty much all the kids in Greentown, and I knew a lot of people in my high school by name, and even was close with some of my teachers. When I got my first job, I worked with a bunch of my schoolmates or parents of people that I went to school with. And I've done a previous project on Greentown, so I've done a lot of research. With urbanization, rural areas will start to decline because people are moving to bigger cities. Rural areas like Greentown have great community, and living in Greentown made me who I am today. This speech will touch on the history of Greentown and how it became a town, what Greentown is like today and the things that you can do, and what Greentown means to me. First, we'll talk about Greentown's history. Greentown became a town in 1873. It took the place of a Native American village that was focusing on trade and travel. And Greentown only started out with 200 people in its population. Greentown is also known for a glass company. The Indiana Tumbler and Goblet Factory was built in the 1800s and it manufactured glass. This was a huge period of industrial development for Greentown, but in 1903 a fire burned the factory down. This left many people unemployed and many had to flee. Greentown glass is actually still very popular today. I actually have a piece with me. This belongs to my family. I believe we got it in an auction, but I know people still trade Greentown glass today. This industrial period led to smaller businesses in Greentown began to start up. Okay, now that we've touched on the history, we'll talk about Greentown today. Greentown has 2,500 people, roughly. We also have one traffic light, one school with an elementary and a combined middle and high school. There's probably less than 1,000 people in the high school altogether, and I graduated with less than 100 people in my class. Here are some things to do in Greentown. You can visit one of our 2 public libraries. We have one in the elementary school and one in the high school. You can go fishing or boating in the Wildcat Creek, or you can walk one of our 2 trails. We have the Comet Trail, which connects the 2 schools, and the historic downtown walking trail, which touches on the history of Greentown. We also have a lot of food choices in Greentown. We have a few restaurants unique to Greentown, like the Hydration Station, which has food, drinks, coffee, ice cream. And then we have Kelly's Ice Cream, which has a variety of different ice creams. Both are big hotspots in Greentown. They're places to meet up with your friends or just to get a snack. We also have a few family-owned diners. We have Hometown Family Restaurant and Leo Leo's Cafe. And then we also have Subway, King Chef, and Godfather's Pizza. You can also visit the Greentown Glass Museum. We have glass pieces dating back to 1894. And as I said earlier, glass is still popular today. There are many opportunities to buy them or to participate in auctions. We also have the High Red Gasoline Station. This gas station was built in the 1930s, and it was on the National Register of Historic Places in 1983. Finally, I'll talk about what Greentown means to me. Greentown to me is a familiar place that's full of people that I love and a place that feels like home. Even when I move, Greentown will always be my hometown and the place that I grew up. I'll never forget it no matter where I go. Greentown is also where I met most of my friends. I went to school with most of my friends, and even some of them I went to school with since kindergarten. And these are also the people that I graduated with and had to say goodbye to when we went off to college. I hope to be friends with these people for a very long time. I also got to know some of my teachers very well. I keep in touch with some of them today, even just to talk or to ask for advice. To conclude, Greentown is a small town pretty much in the middle of nowhere, but it has a big history and some really unique places. Whether it be the prestigious Greentown Glass Museum or an old gas station on the National Register of Historic Places, Greentown has changed a lot from the town that it started out with only 200 people. Greentown may still be small, but it is thriving. We have a good school system, some successful family-owned businesses, and a great community. Greentown has impacted me greatly. I grew up with a lot of people, and I got close to people that I met, and everything that I am and all the people that I love ties back to Greentown, and it will always be with me. I hope you all learned something new today about a new town. Thank you.